Hey everybody, Garcia here. Today we're going to a gift exchange and we're going to avoid taking home any garbage gifts in White Elephant. White Elephant here is a card set collection game in which a few cards are going to be displayed on the table and you are going to take some of those, put them in front of you. You are trying to really have as few as possible, but if you end up with some, have the lowest numbers possible. And if you end up with a bunch of the same kind of gift, same suit if you would, then those are going to penalize you for way less than what they're normally worth. So that's what you want. So you'll take some, but you can also spend one peanut, yes, of course, peanuts because it's elephants, and steal what's in front of someone else if you like that better than what's left on the table in the middle. So that's basically what's going on here. Let me go ahead and show you a slightly more in-depth overview of what's going on the table, and I'll see you back up here in just a few minutes. Here we're going to be playing a game with 4 players. Everybody gets one of these peanuts to begin the game. We're going to shuffle up the deck, and that's going to be ready. Some suits have been removed for 4 players. You just have to check the rule book for that. And then someone is given the start player token here. We're going to take rounds over and over until the deck is depleted, and then we will score. You want to have the lowest score possible in this game, okay? So the start player is going to take their token, put it in the center of the table. We add 1 peanut from the supply to the center, and then we put into play a number of cards based on what it says in the rule book. For 4 players, it'll be 6 cards face up, 3 cards face down. So we're going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 3 of these are face down like so. On every face down card, we also add 1 peanut from the supply, and then we are ready to go. So the start player is going to start, and on your turn, you do 1 action of a couple of different choices. So the first thing they can do is you can take cards from the center. You have to take at least 2, and if you take them face down, they will stay face down in front of you with the peanut on them. You cannot check those cards. There's a way you can spend your own peanuts to do that, but we'll come back around to that, okay? So the start player is going to go, and they're going to take this card, and they're going to take this card. And they put those on the table in front of them. They don't have those yet. Then the next player is going to go. And now they have a new option. You can do the same thing, take 2 or more from the display, put them in front of them, or you can take someone else's entire display and move it in front of yourself. If you do that, you have to pay 1 peanut to the center of the table. And so that player is going to do that. Now that player is going to go and they're going to take both of these, and they're going to take one of these face down ones too. And then this player is going to go, they're going to take this one and this one. And then maybe this player wants to go, maybe they like that collection over there, so they'll pay a peanut and take all of that and put it in front of themselves. Now, when it comes back to someone who has something already on the table, we'll skip them and go to the next person who has nothing. And the round is going to end when someone, when the center of the table is empty, as it will be in a moment, or when everyone has something, okay? That player is just going to go ahead and take everything left in the middle, and that's your final option. Take 2 or more from the center, take someone else's display and pay a peanut to the center, or take everything remaining and you get the start player token and all the peanuts that have accumulated in the middle. So this player will do that. They're going to take that one, they're going to take that one, they get all these, and they get the start player token. Now that everyone is done, and it's possible for some people to have nothing because the center runs out before they get anything, now they can take the peanut on the hidden cards. Now they can look at these, and they will set all of this aside, okay? So these cards are theirs, this player has that, and these cards are theirs. And now that's done, and we will do it again with this player who's going to be the start player, putting this in center, adding a peanut from the supply, and revealing cards like I just showed you, 6 face up, 3 face down for this number of players. And we continue doing that until the game is over. Now, one final thing you can do, like I said, the peanut you spend to steal someone's display, but you can also spend a peanut to check a card face down on the table. whether it's still in the center, whether it's in front of someone's display. You can continue paying peanuts for that. You pay one, put it in the center, and you can grab one of these and look at it, and then put it back face down. If you take one of these, like you saw just now, you don't have access to the peanut yet until it's cashed in. So you can just pay some to take a look at what's out there, and so you're not making a blind purchase, right? So how do we score? Well, once the deck is fully gone and everyone has collected all the cards they are, that they have taken and kept, then we are going to score each of the different suits in the game. And again, you want the lowest score possible. For each of the different kinds of things, so say birdhouse over here, the card shows you at the bottom what the suit contains. In this case, a 0 through a 7. So 8 cards in this suit. Whoever has the most of them is going to make a collection from those. You're going to take them and you put them face down in front of you. This is during scoring, okay? And everyone will do that for all of the different suits in play. Anything you did not do that with, so let's say this is what I've got. And somebody else had more footballs than I did, and someone had more gift baskets, someone had more socks than I did, right? So these are going to stay face up. And I ended up with, let's say, 2 peanuts in my supply. Now you score. So my score is going to be face value on these cards that I didn't have a quote-unquote collection of, meaning I didn't have the most of those. You score face value for them. Everything you have the most of, each of those cards is worth only 1 point, as opposed to the face value. And then you subtract from that score the number of peanuts you've got, and that's your final score. And again, you want to have as low a final score as possible. So for me, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 minus 2 is 6 points. And if that's the lowest of the table, then I am the winner in the game. Again, the suits have different numbers. They always begin from 0 and go up to a certain number, but there's different amounts. The suits are, not identical. So 0 through 8, 0 through 9 in that one, 0 through 7 for the birdhouse, and so on. And again, some were removed at the beginning of the game, such as this one here, 0 through 10 for the snow globe, and the grill kit 0 through 9 there. And so that's it. That's going to do it. Let's go ahead and go back up top. Let me tell you what I think of it. So that's White Elephant. What did I think of this one? Well, I was pleasantly surprised by this game. I wasn't sure what to expect. This is one I picked up at Gen Con. I had read online a little bit about it, and so I went ahead and grabbed it. I wasn't sure again, and I have to say, I think this is a neat little game, especially going to be good, I think, for taking to gaming get-togethers with large groups so that you can involve everyone, right? It plays up to 8, 3 to 8 players, so this is a good one to throw in the game back. Now, a couple of issues with it, a couple of minor issues, really, because I do like the game. The first one is the theme. While I like the idea of the White Elephant gift exchange, this doesn't really feel that way, right? I mean, yes, stealing from someone by paying a peanut and taking all their stuff kind of feels that way. That is the one part that feels like a White Elephant gift exchange. The suit having the most of one thing doesn't really make sense. Why like we brought 8 footballs, it doesn't really make sense. I don't think it's a big deal. It just doesn't work that well. And then on top of that, the one thing I wish they would have done with the theme, since it is silly and kooky and all that, is to make the gifts even worse. I don't think the gifts are that bad in this game, right? Maybe the snow globe is a pretty tacky, terrible gift, but everything else doesn't seem that bad. I think it would have been a lot funnier, would have helped the silliness in the game to have the gifts be really terrible things. I don't know what, just something funny, right? Something ridiculously bad, like, somebody, this is what I'm stuck with, or this is what I got. That could have been a lot sillier and lighter, more lighthearted, I guess. The other thing is tactics, luck, and strategy. There's a decent amount of luck in here with the face-down cards, especially if you don't want to pay to take those or can't pay to take those. It's also a little hard sometimes to feel in control of what's going on. Right? You take something and get stolen, so then it comes back around. Maybe you're just you take what's in the middle because that's all you can do right now. So it can happen. You can sometimes feel a little bit hosed, but it is fun to try to collect a set, and it is fun to play. I mean, it is a game in which the tactics in it, though there's not that many, are engaging. Paying a peanut to peek, or stealing, or taking everything that's left in the middle and just being like, whatever, I'm taking all these peanuts. Those are fun. Now, everything else gets a big thumbs up from me. The aesthetics. Great quality cards, good illustrations. The peanuts are just little cardboard peanuts, but they work well. No issues there. Replay value is good. Large player count, right? So you can play with quite a few folks, though, again, the control of, like, feeling in control is going to drop off a little bit. It's fun to steal from other people. The face-down cards, that's a fun aspect in the game. You'll get more peanuts that way, but you might be taking a risk. I do enjoy it. I think the replay value is good. The game arc. As the game goes on, more and more peanuts are sort of added to the economy of the game. Because you put one in the middle and then one face down on every card. Or rather, one on every face down card. That's what I meant. And so ending up with those is going to give you a lot more control. Or you can just hang on to them. And at the end, subtract from your score all the peanuts you've got. That can be a game changer. So I like that the ramp up there injects more of that into the game. Of course, you're also trying to collect sets. So that's going to ramp up in the game, right? If you are already invested in something, like I'm collecting, mugs or whatever, and now a couple of them are revealed on the table, I want those. If anybody takes those, I'm paying to take them. So I want to make sure I have at least half of something so that I'm controlling that suit and I can, score only 1 point for each of those. So the game arc gets a big thumbs up. And then lastly, ease of play. Ease of play is very smooth. The game is an easy game to explain. It's easy to understand and grasp. Turns are very quick. Sometimes you'll have a turn where you don't even get anything. And you're like, okay, well, I got nothing. Sometimes you do want to take something because you want to, again, breach the halfway point on one of the suits. But I think the end game will sneak up on you. It's a very quick game, very easy to play. So there you go. Overall, this is a nice little surprise. I think this is going to be a bit of a hidden gem for folks that like playing card games with large groups, right? I think this is a good one, and I would certainly recommend you check it out if that's a crowd you often end up playing games with. So White Elephant for me gets a solid 7 out of 10, which means it's going to get a seal of approval. Pick up a copy of this, folks. Put it in your quiver, or add it to your gaming bag, and something you can bring out if you end up with 6 people and don't know what to play, 7 people don't know what to play. This is going to take care of that and give you 20 to 30 minutes, as it says, of a fun set collecting time. So there you go. That's it for me, everybody. My name is Z Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.